This is the best performing asset the world has ever seen. It is up 6 million%. Since we first put it on Real Vision in 2014, it's up 380,000%.
Wow.
Peter,
Bitcoin is up 40% in the last few weeks. So obviously, everything looks like a valley when you're up on this hill.
Question is, has Bitcoin performed very well over its lifetime? The answer is provably, mathematically, yes. That's okay. Doesn't mean you have to Doesn't mean you have to like it, but it's provenly gone up more than any other asset. It's been around 14 years. We've gone through 4 cycles where it's gone down 90%, and it still is the best performing asset.
The cryptocurrency market is poised for an extraordinary bull run, showing signs of making history. In just the past month, Bitcoin has soared by over $23,000, marking a remarkable 46.91% increase in just 30 days, and over 200% in the past year. In comparison, the S&P 500 has seen a modest 34% increase over the past year, while gold has experienced an impressive 11.32% rise. Despite all 3 assets reaching all-time highs, Bitcoin stands out as a clear winner, with several months remaining in the bull market to further widen the gap. This success continues to frustrate Bitcoin critics, who are left scrambling cycle after cycle as the leading cryptocurrency consistently defies their expectations. One such critic is Peter Schiff, a prominent advocate for gold. Despite being a long-standing skeptic of Bitcoin, Schiff has been rattled by the success of Bitcoin ETFs, which have seen massive inflows while gold ETFs experience outflows. Schiff's outdated and ill-informed arguments against Bitcoin are evident, driven more by jealousy and bitterness than genuine ignorance. A debate between Schiff and Real Vision CEO, Raoul further highlights this clash of ideologies. While Schiff's initial bitterness may be off-putting, Powell's insightful rebuttal makes the debate a worthwhile watch. The full 3-hour debate is available for viewing, providing valuable insights into the ongoing Bitcoin versus gold debate. Be sure to check it out before diving into the discussion. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more content like this. Enjoy the video.
So I think there's a lot of inflation, and so it is a problem that you need to deal with. But I don't think the solution is to invent a make-believe asset and then all pretend that that make-believe asset has value because of some artificially imposed constraint on supply, and ignore the fact that there's an unlimited number of other cryptocurrencies that exist that, for most practical purposes are actually better than Bitcoin. They're cheaper to use, they're faster to use, to the extent that you want to use Bitcoin, which nobody does because it's not a very good cryptocurrency. It's certainly not a store of value, but it's not a good medium of exchange or unit of account. There are plenty of other cryptos that actually fit that bill better, to the extent that somebody wanted to use them for that purpose, but they don't. Everybody uses a crypto to gamble. That's the main use case. And in fact, that's what's happening now with these ETFs. The ETFs have simply provided yet another way to gamble on Bitcoin. And it's ironic. Now you have all these people buying Bitcoin through a third-party custodian who's charging a fee. You're getting everybody back into the very financial system that they were supposed to be leaving. And I keep hearing these people on television say, well, it's so hard to buy Bitcoin, it's so difficult, and this makes it easy, now everybody can buy it. I thought everybody could buy it before. The beauty of Bitcoin was supposed to be it was so simple and easy. You didn't need a third party, you didn't need a custodian, you didn't need storage charges. So it's all they're doing is now trying to convince Wall Street to buy this asset, which has no fundamental value, has no income, has no earnings, no nothing. But as long as we keep buying it and nobody sells it, well, the price will keep going up, and we can all operate under the delusion that we're getting rich as long as nobody tries to get out. I wanted to say, so it's not like I'm anti-crypto or I don't see value in crypto. It depends on what you're talking about. So if you're talking about blockchain, if you're talking about the potential to use a cryptocurrency actually as a medium of exchange and a unit of account, which would mean it would be tied to something with value, a stable coin. Obviously, if you tie it to something like the dollar or the euro, you don't have the real long-term store value. You don't have an inflation hedge, but you do have a medium of exchange. You have a unit of account. I think the ideal marriage is between gold and blockchain. If you tokenize gold and put it on a blockchain, You can have a unit of a medium of exchange and a unit of account, but you actually have a real store of value. You have something that is a superior monetary instrument to any of the fiat currencies that are out there. And it's far superior to Bitcoin, because once you tokenize gold and put it on a blockchain, the transactions are faster and cheaper than the transactions with Bitcoin, but you have a real commodity that can store value. See, when people try to say, well, Bitcoin is, yeah, it doesn't work as a currency, but it's a great store of value, it's a lousy store of value because there's no value. You have to have value before you can store value. Bitcoin has a price, and people confuse price with value. You can put a price on anything. It doesn't mean it has any value. It just means that somebody wants to buy it. But they may want to buy it for all sorts of reasons. People want to buy Bitcoin because they think it's going to keep going up. It's the greater fool theory. I'm going to buy it because somebody else will buy it and pay more. But that doesn't work. Eventually, it collapses, and you can't store price. You can store value, and sometimes price can be very low, and there can be good buying opportunities. You can get a good deal if something of value has a low price because of the market at that moment. But Bitcoin only has price. It has no value, and so it can't be a store of value.
Schiff, regarded as a brilliant economist and a staunch advocate for gold, comprehends the imminent collapse of the fiat monetary system. He recognizes the constant money printing by central banks as a grave threat, pushing the financial system towards its demise. Moreover, he acknowledges the futility of the inflation battle, with the U.S. debt spiraling out of control, growing by $1 trillion every 100 days. While Schiff grasps these economic realities, he fails to grasp that gold is not the solution to our monetary woes. As highlighted by renowned macro analyst Lynn Alden in her book Broken Money, almost every aspect of our lives has experienced significant improvement through technology, medicine, education, and warfare, except for our outdated monetary system. Despite this, individuals like Schiff cling to the past, refusing to adapt to the changing economic landscape. Let's refocus on the ongoing debate.
Peter's absolutely right. We've memed $1 trillion currency into existence. We've memed it. It's just human narrative. But guess what? So's gold. So is everything that we do, including religion. Everything is a meme. So memetics rule the entire way that humans understand the world around them. And because we believe something to be true, it is true to us. So we believe that this digital asset that is scarce is valuable. Bitcoin itself is because we believe it to be true. It has the sorts of properties that we as humans think of as holding value, as does gold. Certain other things don't. Paper physically doesn't, right? Even paper money, but paper itself, it destroys. Copper over time destroys. Silver over time erodes. But gold doesn't. So gold has this long-term value. In a digital world, those properties have been mimicked, but even honed down to a way that everything is knowable. In gold, well, when the price is high enough, the gold price becomes cyclical because the miners will find new ways of getting gold out of the ground. And so supply adjusts and brings down price, which is fine. In Bitcoin, you can't do it. So it's really a function of demand in everything in Bitcoin. So it's the function of how many people believe this to be true, that this asset has value. And when you go back and say, well, people shouldn't do this, nobody has the right to tell people what they should or should not do. This is the best performing asset the world has ever seen. It is up 6 million%. Since we first put it on Real Vision in 2014, it's up 380,000%.
Wow. If Bitcoin is 1,000 10 years from now, you could still make the argument it's the best performing asset in the world if you want to start from that point in time. So it doesn't matter. The people didn't own it when it was pennies.
That's a little bit disingenuous because it actually is the best performing asset in the world on a 10-year, 5-year, 4-year, 3-year, 2-year, 1-year basis.
Well, it can't be on a 3-year basis because it's about unchanged, right? It was at 6. It was over. It's record
You're
high.
You're taking
was still about 3 years
the all-time high as the yardstick, right? 3 years ago was March 2021. It was much lower.
Well, when did it hit 60, 65, 69,000? When was that?
Like November 2021.
All right, so from that point, but yeah, I mean,
okay,
it
so
just
we can
made
take
a big
but,
rally.
Peter,
Bitcoin is
okay.
up 40% in the last few weeks. So obviously, everything looks like a valley when you're up on this hill.
Question is, has Bitcoin performed very well over its lifetime? The answer is provably, mathematically, yes. That's okay. Doesn't mean you have to Doesn't mean you have to like it, but it's provenly gone up more than any other asset.
Look, let's see what happens when the people who own it want to get rid of it and do something with it.
It's been around
Peter.
It's been around 14 years. We've gone through 4 cycles where it's gone down 90%, and it still is the best performing asset. So your oh my God scenario goes down 90%. I've gone through 3 of those myself.
Schiff's fervent argument against Bitcoin hinges on the belief that it will ultimately plummet to zero. He finds solace in the historical precedent of significant downturns in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies during bear markets, eagerly awaiting the day when Bitcoin's price will collapse and remain low indefinitely. This mindset can be likened to the popular Grandma It's Time for Bed meme, illustrating Schiff's steadfast anticipation of Bitcoin's demise. Since 2013, he has been predicting Bitcoin's fatal crash, urging people to disregard it when it was valued at less than $100, favoring gold at $1,700. However, over the following 11 years, while gold has seen marginal growth to below $2,200, Bitcoin has soared to over $72,000. Despite this, Schiff persists in using the same arguments, anticipating Bitcoin's downfall and perpetual stagnation. Share your thoughts on Schiff and Pal's debate in the comments section below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications for more content. Thank you for watching.